All right, so I guess we're kind of good to go. What have we got here today? We got a music video that I want to break down with you guys. I shot this music video a couple months back, and today I just want to kind of go through it, go through the production process, pre-production, post-production, break it down, chop it up with you guys, and also look at some of the setbacks that I faced in set, as well as some of the lessons that I learned while shooting this music video. So without so much talking, let's jump right into it. To give you guys a little bit of an insight about this project, this was a really small budget music video that we shot with the artist. Just like any other indie project, you have very limited resources, and we just had to try our best to make sure that what we had was able to produce the kind of results that we're going after. So if you want to check it out, again, I'm gonna leave links in the description down below so you can go ahead. We just basically sat down together, came up with a story, found some locations, and then packed up the gear and went out to shoot. And that was it. But of course, we did face a couple of setbacks, which I'm going to share with you guys in a little bit. But for now, let's jump into the production process and how we actually got the ball rolling. And with the production, we had 3 days of shooting. We had day one where we shot the inside studio performance shots. We had day two where we shot in a restaurant, which was basically the poker scene. And then we had day three where we shot a variety of different shots. With day one, it was quite simple. Just 3 of us on set, myself, the artist, and 1 assistant. And we were trying to create a couple of different shots with this still background to get some silhouettes and then, light up the subject so we could have a little bit of variation to cut in and out of while the artists were performing. So this day we spent about 3 hours setting up, which was quite easy as well. We just used a couple of LED lights on the background, put a blue gel on it, and then for the other variation, we just threw a daylight balanced LED light on the subject, so we could light them up, and we just kind of played around with it, as you could see on this frame. Day two, we had a lot more people on set, and we still had very limited crew members, so I had just 1 assistant on set, and we sort of had to light up the space and get the shots. Moreover, we were kind of fighting against time, because we're in this restaurant. We just had a very defined amount of time to shoot and get the shots that we needed and then get the hell out of it. So that was it for the second day of production. With the third day of production, we kind of freestyled a little bit. Mainly we wanted to get some external performance shots. And then also we had to get some shots that were going to help us kind of tie the story together, where the character was going around collecting money from all these different locations. Day 3 was kind of the longest, it was the longest day of shoot. But also it was kind of the easiest because we didn't really have so much gear, as a lot of the shots were being shot outside. The lighting was also good because we planned it at a really good time. So yeah, I would say day 3 was the longest, but also technically one of the easy days. When it comes to post-production, it was pretty simple and straightforward as well. This was a slow-paced song, and we tried to make sure that the visuals kind of matched with the vibe of the song itself. So we kind of try to keep it very simple, slow-paced as well, and I feel like we did a good job with that. Now, when it comes to the color grading, I just played around a little bit, with my little magic, and got some pretty nice grades, I would say. Nothing too fancy, but nice enough to look at and enjoy. And one more thing that I did was I used my anamorphic presets to kind of add an extra layer of, a little something on the shot. So if you look at the shots, you would notice that it's a little something. If you want to check out this presets, I'm going to leave links in the description down below. You can use the code EG00 to get 0% off. Yeah, I said 0% off. It's quite cheap, so just go ahead, grab yourself one of the presets, and then, it's your way of supporting the channel. Links in the description down below, go check it out, and yeah. Anyways, that was it for the post-production. So quite simple, very minimal, and I think it turned out pretty well. So I would say the major setback that we faced, or I faced, during this project was on day 2 of the shoot, where we're shooting in the restaurant, shooting the poker scene. So that day was really tricky, and the big setback here was time. Time was, the greatest enemy, and it kind of cut us short, and we didn't get all the shots that we needed. So we're running out of time. We had to move out of the space, and I hadn't, gone through my entire shot list. I hadn't checked it off, and yeah, we just had to go. And I think that kind of affected the final edit because we didn't really tell the story that we intended to tell, because we're missing some very important shots to be able to tell that story. What I really picked up from this is that when you have your shot list, you really need to have your priority shots. The shots that are most important, you need to get them first. And for me, those shots are the shots that really help you tell the story. So you need to get those shots first, get them out of the way, and then you move on to the other shots which are less important. But I did the opposite. I prioritized the performance shots first, and I went for that, and it kind of backfired. And my reasoning was quite simple. And I was thinking, if I start up with the performance shots, I can kind of warm them up to the camera, and then when they feel a lot more comfortable, we can sort of punch in and start getting detailed shots and shots where they needed to play a certain role. And then that way we'll be able to capture some proper raw emotions without them feeling uncomfortable, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like I said, that kind of backfired and time cut us short, and we couldn't get those shots. So we missed quite a lot of shots, and that could have helped us to tell the story that we actually wanted to tell. But hey, it is what it is. Learn from your mistakes and cut your losses and you move on. All right, so that's it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead, drop it a like. If you're new onto the channel or you like content of this nature, make sure you go ahead and assault that subscribe button. We're sitting at about 800 subscribers or something like that. The goal is to try as much as possible to get it to 1,000 by the end of this year. So let's see how we can get that rolling. We got just about a month and a half left. No, actually just about a month left. So let's get that going. So thank you guys once more. That's it from me, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.